You don't become a billionaire because you're a good person. You become a billionaire because you exploited a class of people. When you have more money than 10,000 lifetimes and you go to sleep comfortable, you are a sociopath, and there's no way around it. You're disconnected, born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They never dealt with hardship. That's not us. At the end of the day, the working class is suffering because corporations continue to get richer and richer, and they're not giving back to their workers. We have to understand our value as working class people. We're making them richer off of our labor. Jeff Bezos is not coming to the warehouse and packing a box. Elon is not coming to his warehouse and building a Tesla. And now it's time to withhold our labor. Amazon has a great way of using their propaganda to make it seem like it's a fun, happy place to work at. Everybody's smiling. That's their logo, a smile. Well, when you break that all down, it's a sweatshop. It's modern day slavery. Workers peeing in bottles. People get injured in there every day. Some people die. These workers are on production the second that they clock in. Whenever they're not working, that time is counted against them. The system that Amazon designed is completely ran off of data, metrics, and numbers. They calculate and surveil, and they make sure that they make their quotas so that they make the amount of money that they do. So we decided ourselves that we're going to form our own independent worker-led union. So we began organizing in April of 2021. Amazon didn't like that, and even called the police to get me arrested for speaking to my fellow workers, but that didn't stop me. I stayed outside of a bus stop for over 300 days, and on April 1st of 2022, last year, we became the first Amazon union in American history. Going up against the largest corporation in the world, did not scare me because as the worker, I feel like we are the ones that make these corporations what they become. I mean, Jeff Bezos couldn't do my job assignment every day. I know these workers, I know these people. I spend 40, 50, 60 hours a week with them. I consider them my extended family. Well, I believe that social media was actually a very important tool when it came to organizing for us. And actually, Amazon did not like that. They used our TikTok videos in court because they felt that it was resonating with millions of people because our videos were so viral, exposing the real malpractices of this company.
I just want you guys to know it is illegal to take down union literature when it's in a break room. We are legally allowed to post it.
Amplifying workers' stories is a way of bringing people together because we don't have the trillions of dollars and the market power and the propaganda that Amazon does. Controlling the market, controlling the narrative. Jeff Bezos himself owns the Washington Post. So we have to create that ourselves. What Amazon workers and what other campaigns like Starbucks have done in our country has sparked a fuse that is never going to be reversed now. We created a culture that corporations now have to negotiate with. We're getting to different spaces, we're reaching the younger generation, and to be honest, we're making unionizing cool again. I always reflect back on history and lead towards the greats from Malcolm X to Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez. At the same time, it's very difficult when you're talking about Amazon in the 21st century, a company that has unlimited resources and power. This is a different monster. And I realize the history that we're making, we're writing it right now. I always look at the leaders and their struggles, but also remember and remind myself and my organizers that we're also creating our history right now for our children and for the next generation to come and reflect on. As a labor leader, I've definitely taken stances. I've been on picket lines with nurses. I've been on picket lines with students. The country is really in a crisis right now. There's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of issues as far as social injustice, environmental injustice, women's rights, gun laws. All of these things are now amplified because people are just fed up. The only path to a decent quality of life and a path to the middle class is actually unionizing. Unionizing workers make roughly 10 to 12,000 more than ununionized workers. They have benefits, job security, pension, better medical leave option, free college. These are things that ununionized workers do not receive. The union density in our country is less than 10%. So we have to understand there's been a war against organized labor for decades, and we're in the beginning of a revolution where we have to reverse that. We try to keep our issues work-related. If you're talking about workers' rights and the issues inside the warehouse, it's easy to talk to anybody no matter what their ideology is, what their political views are. We're talking about the injury rates at Amazon or We're talking about the fact that we don't get paid enough. Everybody feel the need to want to change something in their workplace. So we try to always focus on the commonality of building solidarity through work-related issues and not the politics. You know, like I said to Lindsey Graham, it's not a left or right thing, it's a workers thing. No, if I had a message for Jeff Bezos, it would be to take care of your workers. Do the right thing. We want to thank you for going to space because when you was up there, we was organized in the union. Collective power is real power. You know, how we were able to defeat $1 trillion company, they can never calculate that. They try to spend millions of dollars with their union busting, but they can't calculate love, they can't calculate solidarity, they can't calculate the human aspect that we added to our organizing efforts, caring for one another, being there for one another, showing these workers that no matter what, we're gonna be there for you, no matter what you're going through. That is a relationship that you earn, trust that is built. Corporations and business, they don't understand that and they never will. My message to workers around the world is this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Understanding that this fight is going to be a long battle. There's nothing to be afraid of because we're doing it for our children, we're doing it for a better society. You know, we don't have trillions of dollars on this side, but we do have people's power. And what we need to do right now is create our own media that amplifies our efforts. So please subscribe to Double Down News. Support their Patreon. This is for all of us. This is for the people. And when you fight back, you win every time. Power to the people.